All right, and welcome to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time. Here to talk about all the things we love about professional wrestling, all the action inside, outside of the ring, all the drama behind the curtain, also some superstars, their injury statuses, their contract expirations, and all that good stuff. Just kind of reiterate what we talked about right quick. We talked about AEW Dynamite. We reviewed that. We talked about my Thursday night wrestling preview, stepping into the world of Ring of Honor and the Ring of TNA Wrestling. Then we talked about some wrestlers who have been on superhero movies, so make sure you check that out. It's pretty cool. And then we also talked about my way too early Bash at Berlin predicted matches and feuds and stuff like that and storylines. So yeah, it was definitely, super dope. But our fifth and final segment, like we do every Thursday, we're going to talk about our Thursday Superstar Spotlight. But before we do any of that, I want to remind you guys to use the tips and donations link at the GSMCpodcast.net. Shoot me your comments, questions, and concerns. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. But don't forget to Superman punch that. Show me how strong you are. And Superman punch that like and subscribe button button to the show. Also, show no fear. Subscribe to the network. Also follow the show. Also follow the GSMC Sports Network. Don't be afraid to become a part of the GSMC Sports bloodline. This original bloodline, the original, led by our original tribal chief. None of this new tribal chief, new young blood kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So make sure you make sure you do that. We talk about all things sports. We have a bunch of sports podcasts. I guarantee you will never, ever, 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 ever regret hitting that subscribe button and following GSMC podcast, the GSMC Sports Network. Sorry, I saw the GSMCpodcast.net thing spring along the screen. I was like, I don't know why that, I blame my dyslexia. I'm just kidding. So yeah, once again, the link is at the GSMCpodcast.net. So we're going to talk about Shayna Baszler, our superstar spot week, the ace of spades. We have Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler is impressive. She's always been, but WWE just, from the get-go, she should have been somebody who came onto the scene kind of like a Charlotte Flair, but she kind of came onto the scene instead, kind of like I don't want to like a one-hit wonder, like kind of like a one-hit wonder. So it's kind of crazy. Shayna Andrea Baszler was born today, 1980. I know a lot of people were like, today, Eric, what are you talking about? That's crazy. She's 44 years old. And she looks amazing. That's crazy. She's in such amazing shape. She's insane. She's an American professional wrestler and a former kickboxer and a master in mixed martial arts. She's currently signed to the WWE. She performs on the Raw brand, obviously. She has a two-time longest combined reigning NXT Women's Championship champion. She is a former record-tying three-time WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. And she's from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, United States. Obviously, United States. I don't know why I looked at South Dakota like it wasn't a state in the United States. It's so crazy when I blame living in California. When you live in California, you have the mountains about 2 hours away. You have the beaches like 2 hours away. You also have amusement parks like Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags, 2 hours away. And I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to brag at all. We got sports. Here in Los Angeles, we have so many sports. We have 2 baseball teams, 2 football teams. We have a hockey team. We have we have an NBA team. 2 NBA teams. I don't know why I thought the Clippers weren't an NBA team, because they're not. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. All you Clipper fans, don't hate me. But yeah, we just have a bunch of sports. We have a bunch of sports here in Los Angeles. So yeah, she's 5'7". That's crazy. Me and her are the same height. That's kind of cool. Maybe if I train in MMA and stuff like that, maybe I could be the next MMA fighter or something like. No, I'm just kidding. They would, all the women in WWE, all the women, they'd probably kick my ass. You know what I mean? Maybe, which is kind of crazy. She has a mixed martial arts record. She has a 15 total wins, 1 by knockout, 13 by submission. She is the submission magician. I like that word, submission magician. She only has 11 losses, which isn't bad. knocked out 7 times, submitted once, 3 by decision. Um, she represented the United States in the women's submission grappling world championships in 2009 Fort Lauderdale. She's performed in women's catch wrestling in Humboldt in an open weight. Shayna Baszler was trained in mixed martial arts MMA by former UFC fighter Josh Barnett and a catch wrestler in Billy Robinson. She had her first MMA fight in 2006, and it later gained recognition for her skills as a submission grappler. Shayna Baszler was signed by UFC in 2013 for the reality television series The Ultimate Fighter. She would go on to have 2 professional bouts, 0-2, in the company. In 2015, she was cut from UFC and started her professional wrestling career. That same year, being trained by Barnett once again. 1,010%. I feel like this was you're gonna see a lot more of this. Like, and it's not like a bad thing that you go down to WWE. It's not bad. It's not bad with this new partnership between TKO Holdings, also UFC and the WWE. There's a lot of fighters who love the WWE. It's crazy how UFC fans, they love the trash WWE, saying it's a choreographed stage and all this yada 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 mumbo jumbo. But at the same time, the fighters in themselves, they love wrestling because they see that there is some physicality and some skills, also some insane athletic conditioning to become a WWE superstar. And they 1,010%. They love the WWE. Shayna Baszler, came to the WWE. Ronda Rousey came to the WWE. And I think it's more to come. More to come 1,010%. Shayna Baszler, in Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. She wanted to become incorporated in Josh Barnett's catch wrestling style in her MMA training. And, she's done some pretty damn good stuff inside. She is the submission magician. I love that. I don't know why. I love just saying that. The Queen of Spades. You know what? When I say the Ace of Spades, I was like, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. When I think of the Queen of Spades, I think of like the Queen, Charlotte Flair, or Queen Aminata from Ring of Honor, or the Queen of Hearts, Natalia. There's so many just like the Queen, the Queen, the Queen. It's kind of it's kind of crazy. Early in her career, from 2006 to 2007, Shayna Baszler faced Amanda Buckner at MFC USA versus Russia 3 on June 3rd, 2006, where she lost a fight by TKO in the third round. Kind of crazy, obviously, you can't all get winners and stuff like that. But all in all, she's pretty damn impressive. She's been an Ultimate Fighter. This is, being an Ultimate Fighter from TKO. It's, that's a whole lot of, a whole lot of, I want to say a whole lot of spot nanny, if that sounds right. Or, well, if it was a man, I'd be like, oh, that's a whole lot of balls. But, it's a whole, it takes guts. She was brave. She went out there, she established, she trained, she became a sensational star. And, I don't know, kind of crazy. On March 1st of 2015, at Ring of Honor's 13th anniversary show, Baszler accompanied Reed Dragon to the ring for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship defense. After they won, she helped cut a celebratory promo where they described her, her addition to the team as, finding our Ringa. After training under Josh Barnett, Baszler made her professional wrestling debut September 26, 2015, losing to cheerleader Melissa for Quintessential Professional Wrestling QPG in Reno, Nevada. That's how it kind of all started for her. You know what I mean? She also performed she was also in Stardom. She also fought in the World Wonder Ring Stardom during the American Tour in Covina, California. First teaming up with Brittany Wonder at Dentura in a loss at Odieda Tai, Act Yasukawa, Chris Wolf, Koyoki Komura, and an unsuccessfully challenging cheerleader Melissa for the GPRW Lady Luck Championship 2 days later. Definitely prominent. She signed with the WWE in NXT in 2017, August 28th. of 2017, she entered the Mae Young Classic tournament promoted by WWE, defeating Zeta in the first round. The following week, Baszler defeated Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, and Mercedes Martinez en route to the final on September 12th. Baszler was defeated in a final tournament by Kairi Sane. That's, and just kind of seeing both of those superstars and how it all kind of, how it kind of all is with Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. Talent that could definitely be prominent more on the main roster. 1,010%. She also teamed up with Nia Jax. She also teamed up with Ronda Rousey, and then they feuded each other. Ronda Rousey lost to Shayna Baszler in I think it was an underground match. I'm not too sure. And then Shayna Baszler tapped out Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey kind of gave her a hug. I feel like that was Ronda's way of being like, you know what, I can't handle this anymore. I can't handle the way WWE creative team is, handling the women's division. I gotta go. I gotta go. So Shayna Baszler, I think 1,010% that she's a star, definitely a star. Um, you know, from South Dakota. Not a lot of people would be like, "Oh, I'm from South Dakota," but she represented pretty damn well, to be honest. If there was a women's wrestler who was as successful, as physical, as dominant as Shayna Baszler coming out of South Dakota, I'm glad it's her. She has she has German ancestry from her father's side. Baszler attended Mid-America Nazarene University in Oath, Kansas, where she majored in religious studies. She is a member of the LGBT plus LGBTQ plus community. She was a key speaker in a movement to create South Dakota Athletic Commission in combat sports. So, this girl, she's a visionary. She does a lot of stuff outside of the WWE, 1,010%. She's loved in the back of the locker room. Outside the combat sports, Baszler coaches the South Dakota-based roller derby team, the Seahawks Falls Roller Dolls. That's kind of cool. And is certified in an emergency medical technician, EMT. Damn, talk about a girl who has it all. That's pretty badass. Pretty badass indeed. Damn, Shayna Baszler. Big round of applause for Shayna Baszler being our Thursday Superstar Spotlight. 1,010% love Shayna. Hope that she has a WWE Women's World Tag Team title run with Zoe Stark. That is pretty prominent. Can't wait to see what happens with that. All right, guys, that's my show. Hope you guys liked it. Remember to always, watch the show. It's pretty awesome. We'll see you guys here Friday, as I like to call it. It's our last show of the week. Of course, we're going to talk about SmackDown. We're going to talk about what happened on TNA and also Ring of Honor. Thank you so much for tuning into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Also follow the show, follow the GSMC Sports Network. Here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity. So leave a lot of positive reviews just to stroke the ego a little bit. I'm just kidding. No. Don't do that. Also follow us on TikTok, Twitter /X, Facebook, and Instagram for more content and updates. And like I always say, if I have not made you a wrestling fan by now, I urge you guys to tune into Emran's Soccer Podcast happening in just 6 minutes. Tune into TJ's Sports Podcast, the Sports by GSMC, Jeremy on the call. We also have Sam with baseball. His last show is tomorrow. So be a part of the GSMC Sports history and watch Sam's last show at 12:45, 12:30, 12:30 Eastern time. It's not Eastern time, Pacific time, because I don't know why, but it seems like most of the other podcasters are on the East Coast and I'm on the West Coast. So a lot of times I'm like, oh God, wait, 3 hours. We have Nelson on basketball. We have, like I said, football's right around the corner. We have the GSMC football podcast with Kenneth. We have the Chip Shot football podcast with my boy Manny. We have sports. We have GSMC fantasy sports with Chris Shepard. We just have a lot of sports. Be a part of this GSMC bloodline, the cool bloodline, not the weird young bloodline. I'm just kidding. No, I don't want to throw shit. I don't want to turn my back and have Solo Sikoa just attack me with Jacob Fatu and the Tungans. Because it'll happen. They'll be like, yeah, that guy from the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast is talking mess. We gotta go and tune his arse up. You know what I mean? Just kidding. No. Well, any guys, hey, that's it for me. Love you guys. Stay beautiful. Have an amazing night. Get some rest. But most importantly, I will see you tomorrow. So make sure you tune into the show. So hey, see you on Friday.